Sorry, I forgot to talk about the box office yesterday, but we'll be talking about the box office now. It has been a pretty good week. Not for movies that have already been out in the theaters, like, for example, Mario. Mario is still in theaters. That's the most astonishing and shocking thing. Mario is still in a couple hundred theaters. But the number one and number two movies shouldn't be too surprising. Is Barbie and Oppenheimer. Or Barbenheimer, you know, both those movies are looking to make money. See, when people actually have hype for a movie and are actually excited for something, it will make money. My movie, people were actually excited for online. Okay, Minions as well. I didn't really see too much hype for Avatar. Okay, it's still a mystery to me how that movie made $2 billion. But Puss in Boots, there was a lot of excitement for on the internet as well after the movie came out, of course. But again, the internet could turn something from a major failure or shaping up to be a major failure into a massive success. Okay, that they have the power to do that. Okay, but the top three movies are basically internet movies. Okay, movies that will become popular simply because the internet deems them to be. First is Barbie. Yeah, they made a Barbie movie. If you did not know, I do not have any plans of seeing this, but this movie will likely make money in a couple weeks or so, or in a couple days or so. This movie needs to make like $360 million to break even, to make money, to enter profitability, and it likely will enter that range. Will this movie make $1 billion? Again, Mario made $1 billion by a small opening. Mario made 347 million opening. It isn't the biggest opening of the year, because Mario 5-day week beat Barbie. Saving up to 5 day for Mario. Okay, because you gotta include those 2 days. If Mario was a 3 day, Mario would still beat Barbie. Okay, but Barbie made $162 million domestically. It's the second highest opening of the year. The media is trying to say it's the biggest opening of the year. No, 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 no. Mario is still the biggest opening of the year, globally and domestically. Okay, it is still being out Spider-Verse and Guardians of the Galaxy as the biggest summer opening. Yes, it's being out both of those movies, obviously. But this is the first time a woke movie is actually doing well. Yes, they have tried so many times to push these woke movies, and all of them end up losing money. Lightyear, The Little Mermaid remake, Ocean's 8, Ghostbusters 2016, Charlie's Angels. They push all these female-focused movies, and guess what? They make a movie about a movie that females actually watch because majority of people who play with Barbies are unsurprisingly female. So no surprise females are going to see this movie. It was 62%. The probably half of the males are probably Gen Z TikTokers, so yeah. Or people who are packing on the open Barbenheimer trend as well. Going to see both movies, obviously. Same for many females as well, many women. Okay. But yeah, Barbie is a box office success. We can compare this to the highest grossing movies of the year. Okay, the biggest openings of the year. Okay, Mario. Okay, Spider-Verse. The Little Mermaid remake. And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Okay, Barbie is this one here. Okay, 3 day. Mario is a 5 day. Okay, will it beat Mario's 5 day? We'll wait and see about that. But it is doing better than every movie except for Mario so far. And even then, for example, Mario was at $204 million, but Mario had the early day opening. At the early opening, okay, I think Mario's gonna drop to around 20 million and around 60 million because, of course, it's or for 13 to 15 million and 17 million, which means the probably will not pass Mario's opening. But for once, the woke crowd can be happy that something woke actually is making money. Okay, something that's considered woke is actually making money. Okay, you had a bunch of semi-woke movies make money. Okay, like or something like The Last Jedi, which was why not the success of The Force Awakens, anyways. But again, now talking about Oppenheimer, the other movie that is benefiting from this as well. Christopher Nolan again does it again. It is one of his biggest openings. It is being out Dunkirk. It is being out Interstellar, which is considered by many people one of his best movies. To talk about Interstellar. It is being out Inception as well. Okay. It is being out all three movies. Oppenheimer's budget is $180 million. But again, if you compare it to comparable Christopher Nolan movies, it is being out all three, domestically and internationally. Okay, it will likely beat Dunkirk and Interstellar internationally and domestically. Okay, which means it will probably make around $600 million plus. Okay. I don't know where they got the Oppenheimer budget from. I thought it was $100 million. Yeah, Google lists $100 million. What's your Wikipedia lists? They also use the same $100 million budget. I don't know where the numbers got $180 million from. Yeah, both Google and Wikipedia. Yeah. Oh, this is where I get from. So the movie is $180 million without CGI. So here are the current numbers. Oppenheimer is, if we're using the $180 million budget that the numbers and Collider give, the movie's at negative $276 million. Barbie's at like 45 now. So Barbie is $17 million. Negative $17 million. So Barbie is almost certainly going to make money, but I think Oppenheimer will make money as well at the very end of it because it's performing better than really every other Christopher Nolan movie ever made. So, and guess what, Bo? Okay, Oppenheimer is not really based off any pre-existing fan base or audience or franchise. The media is trying to explain that Barbie is a major win for non-franchise movies. No, it isn't. Barbie dolls are still one of the highest grossing things in history. Okay? It is not a major win for non-franchise movies. Okay? Then we have The Sound of Freedom, of course, continue to make money as well. I wonder how high this will go for something like The Sound of Freedom. But this movie should be, if it's realistic, should be making around this much. Around 16 million to 65 to 54 million. Still will be a success either way if it performs like an average movie. But Sound of Freedom is making way more than that. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. This movie will likely lose money at the very end of it, which will end Tom Cruise's profitability reign. And that's mostly due to the two movies that came out. You know, and of course, Christopher Nolan taking over the IMAX screens. So it's really Paramount's fault they screwed this movie over, not really this movie or Tom Cruise. So Paramount is going to take a massive L if this movie does lose money as well. So yeah, Paramount will take a massive L as well. Next is Dial Destiny. Again, this movie is basically dead at the water. It's dead internationally, it's dead domestically as well. I don't see this movie making that much more money globally either, so this movie is going to be one of the biggest flops of all time as well. And internationally, this movie is floundering as well, not making any money anywhere as well. So, yeah. Next is Insidious The Red Door. This movie is basically performing like your average Insidious movie, so not surprising whatsoever. So that's about Insidious The Red Door. Next is Elementals, or as it's known as Elemental. Why didn't they call the movie Elementals? Okay, that would have been a much better title. Okay, but apparently this movie is having really good ratings internationally. Okay, especially in South Korea. Okay, and of course it's having good ratings everywhere else, not just Korea. But does this movie have any more markets left? It has Japan, which is coming out next month. That's left. Okay, but if it continues doing well, ratings wise, this movie could possibly make money. Yes, Elemental, which everybody written off at the very, very end, could possibly make money, which means, so a bunch of videos talking about Elemental's comeback. This movie's making a comeback. Again, this movie is supposed to be a failure, but again, apparently this movie is having really good ratings. Again, people are starving for family content. But it had a bigger drop because, of course, Barbie came out and Oppenheimer, which affected this movie negatively, but not as badly as expected. I think this movie's gonna hit $150 million domestically, considering the competition coming out. Actually, there's two movies coming out that could definitely hurt this movie, and that's Turtles and Haunted Mansion. Okay, I don't really think Haunted Mansion will affect this movie either way. Okay, no one's gonna watch a Haunted Mansion movie, but Turtles could definitely impact this movie negatively, along with the Meg 2. So, yeah. It went to number 7 at the box office. Doing really well on its 6th weekend. This is a movie that was supposed to lose it's still losing a lot of money. Okay? Still losing $200 million. But, no, not $200 million. $150 million at the current moment. It actually has Spider-Verse, which has made $675 million. It is doing really well domestically, but internationally, this movie is just disappointing a lot. This movie had a big drop off because of, the 2 movies came out. Very big movies, obviously, But Spider-Verse is doing pretty well internationally as well. It also had really great ratings in China as well. So this movie is performing very similar to the first movie in China. Really shows that the people are coming back to see this movie again in that market. In Japan, they have not updated this movie since 6/18, which is dumb, stupid. It probably made more money than $2.8 million. They just probably put it with the rest of the world tally as well. But yeah, that is about the Spider-Verse as well. Next is Rise of the Beast, which they have actually adjusted this down. That's very bad for this movie. This movie's not gonna make much more money either way. But the biggest thing for this movie is failing in the one market it needs to make money in, and that's China. This movie is failing in China. Okay, this movie is failing in the one market it needs to make money in. Okay, but this movie's numbers have gone back down. Okay, which means the movie will lose $72 to $82 million as well. So that is the box office for Transformers. Was as well. Barbie could possibly hit $1 billion, which means Warner Bros. Will finally get a W as well. So, no hard feelings. Again, this movie is going to lose money at the very end. Sorry, but Jennifer Lawrence could not save your movie that no one went to go see, of course. Again, non-finance movies have been doing pretty well this month, but last month they did awful. Elemental, Ruby Gilman, No Hard Feelings, bombing at the box office. Okay. But then you have this month, you have Sound of Freedom doing well. You have Oppenheimer doing well, as well. So both of those movies are doing well. And then, of course, we have the Little Mermaid remake. No one is going to see this. This movie's dead. It didn't even hit $300 million domestically. And it drops 31% because it actually has movie competition. But this movie is going to lose around $60 to $70 million, which is not good for Disney because they expected this movie to make money. Joyride, Asteroid City. Asteroid City is going to make money at the very, very, very end. Wes Anderson will win this movie by the skin of his teeth. Because we can, Asteroid City only needs to make another $1 million for it to break even. Okay? Which means this movie could make money. at the very end. Actually, City could make money at the very, very, very end of its box office run because it's still releasing internationally as well, which means Wes Anderson will have a movie that has made money. Unlike Dial of Destiny, actually, Elemental could make money. It's only have negative 144 million. Unlike The Flash, unlike Transformers, which Transformers there wasn't a lot of hype around that movie either. Little Mermaid remake, but again, and of course you have Fast X losing 129 million, and Dial of Destiny is at negative 402 million. Again, another L for Disney. Ruby Gilman, that movie is basically dead as well. And Joyride is basically dead, and that's being pulled out of theaters as well. Mission Impossible is at negative $380 million as well. So, Paramount had a really great year. Maybe this movie spelled Mission Impossible last year, okay, with Top Gun, okay? And that movie made $1 billion with Top Gun did, okay? But again, this movie might have good wigs internationally. Okay, it's having decent wigs internationally, Fast X's. So, could Mission Impossible eventually make the $750 million that it needs? We'll wait and see. Barbie is gonna break even. Oppenheimer will break even eventually as well. It's only on its first week as well. And it's Christopher Nolan movie. Christopher Nolan got the. I think Oppenheimer will definitely finish over $200 million plus opening and domestic. So that's for Oppenheimer, that's around $374 million. And it's gonna definitely make more internationally. So we'll make another $300 million internationally, making the movie around $500 million. I think Oppenheimer's gonna make $500 to $700 million. That's the current range for Barbie. It's gonna make anywhere from $700 million to $1 billion plus. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, if we just get based off its second weekend, okay, as well. Ruby Gilman, I always said it was gonna make 10. It was only gonna make 10 to 15 million, $20 million domestically, but okay, domestically, okay, I think it's gonna make around 150 to 160 million dollars. Okay, no, probably more than that. It's but $90 million is not a very good second weekend. It'll probably make another 12 million, so that's 140 million. Going the weekend, that's 3 days, that's 104 million. 8 million, 87 million, so it's $150 million. 155. It'll probably make around 160 to 180 million dollars domestically as well. 180 is the high and 160 is the low. So that movie will make, let's say, $170 million domestically. That's around 60 million more from America, and internationally it will make $150 million more. So it means to make $4 million internationally and around 200, 180. So that would be around 5.8, which means this movie will lose money. Simple as that. Let's compare this to, because it's just performing like an average Mission Impossible movie. Okay. Compared to Fallout, it is doing worse than Fallout. And Fallout barely made $686 million. So there's no way this movie is going to make that much money. But again, international might save it. Okay. But I think this movie's going to make $400 million to $500 million internationally. So it'll make around 500 to 600 million plus, which means this movie's going to lose money at the very end of it, doing way worse in China and other markets as well. And that's it about this video here. Goodbye.